Hi, this is Simon Upstall and welcome to another tutorial for Apple Motion. And today I want to show you how to create this continuous self-interweaving line. So really quite fun, very useful technique to know about. Let's have a look how it's done. So for this project, let's go with 1920, 1080, 25 frames a second and a duration of 5 seconds. Let's first of all just bring in a background, so library generators, color solid, come over to the inspector and let's make that white. And let's just, for tidiness, make a new group above that. And then let's turn on the overlays, so view, show overlays. Make sure you've got grid turned on as well. And then if you want to do exactly what I'm doing, come over to settings and canvas. This one here, and set the grid spacing to 120 pixels, and then you'll be seeing exactly what I'm seeing here. So then let's come down and select the Bezier tool, show the HUD. Let's have black outline and a width of 30 pixels to get us going. So then I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here, going to count down and across 2. And I'm going to click and drag here, holding down the Shift key to keep those Bezier handles vertical. And I just want to line them up like that with those points on the grid. Then I can click here to make another point. Let's come over to about here and click. Then let's come here and click and drag. Again, holding down the Shift key to keep those Bezier handles vertical and make sure to line them up with those little points on the grid. Then let's click here. Let's click here, click and drag here like that, again keeping them vertical. Let's come up to here and click. Let's click and drag here. Let's come over to here, click and drag here, click here, and then click here. All rather arbitrary, you can do whatever you want, but that's just going to give you a feel of the process, and then enter to close up the shape. So now we've got lots of overlapping lines that we can work with. So the first thing I want to do is let's just turn off those overlays. We don't need to see them anymore. Let's come to the outline and select airbrush. And then let's open up the brush profile and just drag that white value across till we've hardened up the line like so. Then let's come over to the stroke. Let's, instead of use brush color, use color over stroke, and let's choose rainbow from the menu, just so we've got something prettier to look at. Okay, let's come back over to the style and maybe just fatten up this width quite a bit like that. Let's go for, I don't know, what's that, 45, something like that. Okay, so then let's add a write on behavior to this. So behaviors, shape and write on. And let's come to, I don't know, something like 3 seconds. With the write on behavior selected, let's come to mark and mark out. So that'll write on over those 3 seconds. So what we want to be able to do is to get the line to weave in and out of itself. So when it comes to this point, we want it to go behind the line that's already there. So to do that, we want to come to the frame before it starts to intersect. And we want to select the Bezier. We want to right click and we want to make clone layer. And then we want to come to behaviors, retiming, and hold frame. And now if you look, what happens is that the line goes behind the existing line, and it keeps going behind the existing line. But supposing we didn't want that, supposing we wanted to weave in and out, well, what we need to do is we need to just mask off this clone layer so it's only affecting this area here. So select the clone layer, come down to the rectangle mask tool and just draw a little rectangle mask around that area. And you can see now this line is going in front. So we want it to weave behind here. So again, the frame before it intersects there. Let's again select the Bezier. Let's again right click and make clone layer. Again, let's come to behaviors, retiming and hold frame. And again, that goes behind there. But finally, we want it to come out in front as well. So what we need to do is again, with this clone selected, come to the rectangle mask tool and just mask that bit there. And so now it's coming out in front again. And so now we're getting our nice weaving effect behind, in front, behind, in front. And we're doing all that with just these two clones here that allow us to get that to sit behind. So that really is the effect. You can obviously do this with any shape you want. So for example, a nice logo that sort of interlocks, this would work really, really well. One other thing I wanted to show before you go is if we select the Bezier, come over to the shape, stroke, and we open up the width over stroke. And we double click here, double click here, double click here, double click here. Pretty random really. Select that first one, set that width to 50, select this one, set that width to 50, and maybe select the last one, set that width to 50. And then we get this nice sort of variation in the width of the stroke. And we could select them all, that's Command A, and then right click and ease both, just makes them a bit smoother. All looks pretty nice. So really simple technique, well worth knowing about. Hope that's been interesting. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.